Let's go! Habs win 4-3 against the Buffalo Sabres in overtime. And that makes it 5 in a row now that the Habs have won. And we're just 3 points away from the playoffs now. We're getting really close. And if they can keep this up, maybe they can get there, you know? I'm gonna get to that point. But first, I just want to mention, oh captain, my captain. This is my captain shirt, the only one I have. A little bit outdated, you know? But it's 3 away from Suzuki's number, just like we're 3 away from the playoffs. Let's go! What a game from Suzuki. At least the first period. I'm gonna get deeper into my thoughts of the rest of the game. But 4 points, he contributed in every single goal. Sure, the last one he dumped the puck to Slafkovsky, who kept it for a little longer. Waited for the change and then passed it to Matheson, who just buries it, right? So Suzuki didn't do a lot for that assist, but hey, that's 4 points, you know? And he's well above a point per game now. In the last 5 games, he has like 13 points or something like that, like almost 3 points per game pace. That's nuts. So hell yeah, Suzuki, bringing in the heat after the break, which he does often, honestly. So I'm gonna name this video Stay Hungry because of what Marty said to Suzuki during practice as it was recorded, like Marty telling Suzuki, hey, stay hungry, yeah? And then the reporters interviewed Suzuki, and they asked him like, hey, how hungry is the team? And then he was like saying, yeah, we're a fairly hungry team. We need to stay hungry to make this a hunt for the playoffs. So yeah, the Habs need to stay hungry, and they were very hungry the first period. They had a lot of chances. They were playing heavy. They were forechecking hard, and we get 3 goals, right? 2 on the power play, 1 on the as a shorthanded goal. Amazing. Hudson with 2 points. Caulfield gets to 30 goals. Let's freaking go. 30 points. 30 goals for Caulfield. It's the first time. Now nobody can say anymore that he's a 40 goal scorer that has never scored 30. There you go. Freaking 30. Now to 40. Maybe maybe he'll get closer now. We'll see. But like, this is the Caulfield that we wanted to see from years. So amazing to start seeing now. We can't afford to lose again, honestly. So the Habs need to stay hungry, need to keep on winning, need to at least make a good game out of the Oilers and Calgary then the next few days to make Kent Hughes' job difficult. And I'm gonna get to that more later on as well. I also wanted to quickly shout out Hudson, 50 points in his career already. Nuts, just nuts. Dude is a rookie, has insane talent. He's so smart. He reads the plays so fast. Just insane in general. So it's crazy that we're seeing this. He gets 2 points, and that puts him at 50, 48 for the season. But he had 2 assists last season, the 2 games he played. So very, very nice to see. But in the subject of stay hungry, the Habs were very hungry the first period, but they looked satisfied the second and third period. It was not fun to watch. I know we always say, and it's a very good saying, they don't ask how, they ask how many. And yes, this is a win, overtime win, so it might come to bite us in the ass at some point. If the tiebreaker is regulation wins, we need to get there first, so I don't think we need to worry about that. But it's a win, right? We're gonna look at it in pass and be like, all right, that was a win. But as fans, we do see the how, and that was horrible. Honestly, that was just not great. So it's really sucked for 2 periods. Like the whole time in the third. I just had the feeling, I kind of knew that Buffalo was gonna tie it. They had scored 2 in the second, and in the third we just kept trying to shut them down. We played shutdown for 2 periods. Like, you could see the Habs turn a switch in their game and change to, let's just toss the puck high, ice it, you know, like get a, like, not give them any chances here, and that's their shutdown plan. I don't love it. I know I've said in previous videos that I like to see the Habs play with the lead to see how they try to shut down, how to try to maintain the lead. What they're doing, I don't think it is it, right? Like, obviously, it's not it. Like, they were not able to hold a 3-goal lead against Buffalo. Sure, they score, and apparently the scoring is not the problem for Buffalo, it's being scored against. But yeah, you allow Buffalo to come back down from 3. That's not gonna work against better teams. You need to figure out how do you stay with the lead. And I honestly think the best way to defend the lead is to have possession in their offense in the O zone. Like, every time it seemed just like the Habs were happy or content to just dump the puck, get a quick change, not get too tired, you know. But like, only the fourth line and only Heineman really was forechecking hard when they were dumping the puck. The rest were just like, you know, we're in the lead, we're just gonna defend here, and we're gonna defend, and we're gonna defend. All right, yeah, well, like, we didn't have any chances during the second. Well, we had a power play, but during the second or the third, I think I woke up, and the Bell Center also woke up when the first line had a good shift, like almost 2/3 of the way into the third period. I didn't even realize how sleepy I was watching it because it was all Buffalo and we were just defending. We were blocking shots. We blocked a shit ton of shots. I think we blocked 28 shots to 10 of them. But they had 36 shots on goal. The Buffalo Sabres had 36 shots on goal on a game that we were winning 3-0. Not it. Not it. Like, yeah, I'm happy for the win. I'm fairly upset for how the game went. That was not fun to watch, and that's not gonna. It's not a good precedent for the rest of the more difficult matches that we have now. We're playing the Oilers. Sure, they haven't been great lately, but they are the Oilers. Like, if you're giving 36 shots to the Buffalo Sabres, like, what are 36 shots gonna be from Draisaitl or from McDavid? You know, like, probably more of those go in. Like, you're not gonna get away with it. Sure, we get away with it now with the good OT, but like, that also could have gone their way. Like, they had a couple good chances. Not what you want to see when you're leading by 3. You know, like, the first period ended, I think, with they had like 10 shots to our 8, but we were up 3-0, right? You're expecting them to keep it tight, keep their chances low, right? Not just be in your zone defending hard for 2 periods. Okay. Alright, we just had 11 shots on goal between the second and third period. Only 5 shots in the third, and I think most of them came on that one good shift the first line had. You can't have that. Like, it's just pathetic. We're supposed to have 4 lines that roll. Like, that's what Marty has been trying to do. Like, 4 lines rolling constantly, right? But like, we were at home, so we're matching we are selecting which lines play against who. How come only our first line was able to generate something, just anything, 2/3 of the way into the third? All the other lines, and including the first line for most of the third period, were being hemmed in our zone, or we were just dumping the puck. No, I don't like that at all. I don't think that's how you hold a lead, a 3-goal lead. It vanished, right? Like, yeah. How come it's Buffalo? It's not a team that is known for their depth per se. Like, I believe if we were playing against, you know, like the Panthers or like a Stanley Cup contender team which has a lot of depth, or they're known for their depth, sure, then maybe if all our lines are being hemmed in our zone, it's understandable because it's depth, right? But we are the team that has the most 10-goal scorers in the league. which means, or you could read it as, we have a fairly good depth, and I believe it. You know, our first line is being good. I'll get into our second line because with Duck out, you know, I'll get there anyways. Our third line is decent. Like, Dvorak has been fairly engaged lately, and it's actually been really good to see. Anderson is playing very well, and Gallagher, he's playing pretty well too. And our fourth line was touted recently as the best fourth line in the NHL. So, like, our fourth line is pretty good too. Like, there's supposedly no holes. How come Buffalo, with not a lot of depth, is pushing us all the time? I mean, the whole second and third period. No. Like, yes, I cut the team some slack, but and obviously we won. I can't be that upset. They're not gonna win this playoffs. If they keep playing like that. And I say win these playoffs because I think Marty said it, and I also said it before. This is the playoffs for the Habs. The Stanley Cup win is if they make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, that's as if they had won the cup for them, you know? Because what's a Stanley Cup? How many wins do you need? You play between 16 and 28 games, right? To get the Stanley Cup. We have less than 28 games remaining in the season. So the Habs need to treat all the remaining games from the season as if it was their playoffs. And if they make it to the playoffs, fine. I don't care if they get eliminated in the first round, like swept off. I don't think they would, because just there's too much heart there. But like, if they make the playoffs, that's, you know, the win, right? So they're playing as playoff time right now. They can't give that many shots away. That's not a playoff performance. I'm sorry. Like, sure, they were playing hard. They were hitting. They were being physical. The physicality of the first period was like a playoff game. It did feel like a playoff game the first period. What the hell happened the second and third? Like, how are you supposed to go on a playoff run and not being able to keep up the pace for a full game? How are you supposed to keep up the pace for 20-something games? You were just able to do that for maybe the last 2 games and the first period here. Like, they need to wake up again. Yeah, sure, they had a good first. That was just bad. Yeah. I mentioned the playoff part. All right. I'll go into a little bit of the players now and what I saw. So I did mention that Marty wants to roll out all the lines, right? But he's struggling with the second line. We have a massive hole at the second line center. Beck, he's a rookie. And it's a lot of responsibilities to be the second line rookie when you have someone like Line, a new hook to some extent, right there with you, right? So what do you do? Like, I don't think Beck can be there for the whole time if you want to be rolling the lines. Like, they've been playing 10 minutes a night for the last 3 games, I think it is, because he doesn't trust them, which is fair. I think Newhook had like 2 penalties. Like, sure, the last one was soft AF, but like, every time you put them out there, you're getting hemmed in, or like you're giving the puck away, or you're getting penalties against. Like, I don't blame him for playing them little, and it's not all Beck's fault. Like, he actually plays hard, but I don't know, something's happening there. They need a second line center that can carry them more, and I think that's the biggest hole we can fix during this trade deadline. Like, if Kent Hughes' job, I don't envy him at all. Like, I feel bad for him, actually, because he's in a very tough situation right now. The team is pushing. The team is sending him a message of like, hey, we want to be buyers. We don't want anyone here to go out. We don't want you to sell anyone in here. And we're showing you that we can do this, and that we have a chance, and that you need to give us that chance. You need to do something to improve our odds of getting into the playoffs. And I think the biggest hole is at 2C, right? So I don't know, who do you get? You can't overpay, but you in theory could get someone long term. what am I saying? Next year, we should have same first line, right? Caulfield, Suzuki, Slafkovsky. The second line, say we still have Laine, a 2C, whoever you can get that fits that role, and Demidov, right? Like, that's a fairly good second line. And then the third one, you could have Newhook, Duck, Beck, say, and then you have a line of like Gali, Anderson, Heineman, or you move Newhook with Gali and Anderson, you put Heineman with Beck and Duck, or something like that. That's a pretty good 4 lines. And that's letting Armia and Evans go. I don't know how you figure out the penalty kill. That's a point of I don't even want to think about, because they are amazing our penalty kill, and we're gonna lose at least one of them. I mentioned that every video though. Anyways, but you have a massive hole at 2C. Like, sure, Duck can maybe prove it again, but as of now, for the remainder of the seasons, Duck is not there, right? So I think if we fill that hole, amazing, and if Duck proves that he deserves a 2C, then great. Then we have a good 3 centers with Suzuki, Duck, and whoever else we get. I think that's the biggest point that Hughes needs to address. How do you do it? I have no idea. I don't even know if it's possible without overpaying, because it's a trade deadline. Everyone overpays. I don't know. But that's what I think. It needs to be addressed first and foremost. Some depth on defense maybe. But that's just like asking for extra. What else do I have here? I wanted to shout out to Tage Thompson. Like, what a fucking shot. From Linus' office, like even further away, dude just rips it 100 miles per hour into the bar down. Like, Savard did a really good job at blocking him in the power plays they had. I don't think he had a good shot opportunity. I think we blocked that lane pretty well. The one time they let him, they give him some space and just buries it. Like, impossible to save. There's no way a goalie is saving that. So crazy shot. Struble. I've given my kudos to Struble the last few games, and I think overall he had a good game. But just as like I said to Jack against Carolina, Struble needs to be smarter. The first period, I think the Habs had 3 power plays. And in the interview with Suzuki that they did in the intermission between the first and the second, he mentioned, like, we had so many power plays, we're probably not seeing a power play again. And like, he smirked, just saying like, they're gonna get all the power plays, they're gonna call anything. Like, he knew. The players know. If you're Struble, you can't get away with a freaking cross check at the back of someone at the net. You know the refs are looking for anything to make the power plays a little bit more balanced. They're gonna call anything. You can't get away with that shit. Like, when the game just started, yeah, go for it. But like, if your team has already a shit ton of power plays, the refs are just gonna try to balance it. They're gonna call anything. It happened to Jack against Carolina. It happens to Struble now. Like, yeah, power play, and I think that was the one they scored. I forget if they scored. No. We were 100% on the penalty kill. So, yeah, I mean, our penalty killers are pretty good. I think we're 7th in the league for penalty kill. Pretty good, and it's gonna be hard once some of our penalty killers leave. Oof. Jakai. I mentioned Jakai now. He had a good. He had a breakaway. No, I forget what the word is, but like, he had a scoring opportunity. Savard gives him a saucer pass. It just like lands in front of him, and he goes 1-on-1 against their goalie. Horrible attempt. I think he was laughing at it at the intermission too, saying like he's 0 for 2 in breakaways. I think that's the word. So, anyways, wanted to mention that. But Jack and Evans both had a few mistakes that led to Buffalo goals. It's the second time we actually see Evans make a mistake that leads directly into a goal. So on the 6-on-5 at the end, Evans just gets walked by Dahlin. That was Evans' guy, and sure, like Suzuki was there, but like they did a scissor, a cross play. Suzuki had to stay with his guy. That was Evans' guy, and Evans just hesitates for a second and then gives Dahlin enough room to shoot. And Jack guy, he just loses a speed race, and then we can collect the rebound, and Tuck puts it in. So yeah, a few mistakes again. Quickly, I don't love going through the Habs goals. Like, you watch them. If you're watching this, you probably watched the game, right? So, but just how funny is the Slafkovsky goal? Like, I think it's his second or third time that he's done that he tries to do the cross crease pass to Caulfield, which he tries every single time, by the way. Like, at some point he has to shoot that, because otherwise they're going to read that pass the whole time. So he tries that again, but this time it just bounces off a defender and goes in. Lucky, we take those. But yeah, like I don't love Slafkovsky on this side of the net. I like him in that area in general, but I think he needs to be more flexible. I think he needs to understand when to be there to receive a pass and send a cross crease, depending on what the defenders are giving you. If the defenders are not giving you that, you need to shoot it, or you need to send it into the bumper spot or something like that, or you need to be taking the ice away from the goalie, not just on the side. Like if Suzuki is like coming into the lane and you're there expecting the pass, at some point he has to also just move in front of the goalie, create a screen or something. Suzuki has a heck of a shot. He can shoot those. Anyways, I think he needs to be a little bit more flexible in the power play. I think that's everything I have, honestly. Obviously, if you got into this part of the video and you heard me yapping the whole time, you probably get the feeling I'm not very happy, and you'd be right. I am not happy about the performance yesterday. I think if they want to make this push, they need to be a lot better. They cannot give that many chances. Like, yeah, I've said it so many times, but they gave that many chances against Buffalo. We need to be way better on Thursday. But now the Habs have 2 days of rest, and then they fly into Edmonton. And I think it's a 4-game road trip. Then we play Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle. So pretty rough games, and we need to win them all. We can't afford to lose. We cannot lose anymore if we want to win these playoffs. So that's it. Don't forget to leave all your feedback, the good, the bad. I want to hear it all. Yeah. See you Thursday. Go Habs, go!